Coming up in center circle, former national player Andy Williams calls for Leon Bailey to stand up and make decisions on his own. A week has passed, but the Reggae girls qualifying for the World Cup hasn't yet sunk in for some members. And Rondi Smith trying to make it big at Portmore United. In 1997, a 19-year-old Andy Bomber Williams was representing the Reggae boys in their crucial World Cup qualifiers on their way to France. Now, years later, he's looking on as a 21-year-old Leon Bailey is making demands to the JFF as a precondition for him lacing up. Williams, who had a choice back then as he could have represented Canada, described the Bailey situation as ridiculous.
Very, very good player, hands down. Would he help Jamaica? A million times yes. But I don't agree with what he's doing, or his dad. Plain and simple.
Is it the way that he's going about it that the issue is, or just generally a 21-year-old dictates into a federation what he wants? I
think it's Craig talking through Leon, that's all. And he's he's not a kid anymore. But it's his choice. Like, he needs to, step up and, yeah, you listen to your dad. Like, when I signed with MLS, my dad he wanted me to wait. Samoa's got mad at me. He wanted me to wait. And I'm like, nah, this is me, I made that decision. So, hopefully everything gets worked out. But I don't agree with this back and forth in press. Like, it doesn't need to get this way.
Williams says there is only one way to settle the situation between both parties.
It goes back to GFF. If they want to make this happen, go and watch Kyle play somewhere. And problem solved. You go watch Kyle play, he doesn't make the cut. We watched him. Okay, Leon, you ready now? There, hands down. You don't be fighting, arguing. It's just simple as that. The issue is if Kyle gets in, that will be the issue, not Leon. If Kyle gets in without not paying his dues, but not earning it, that's the key. You're gonna have somebody else like looking at Kyle, and it also put Kyle in a bad situation too, because it's not his fault, but he's going to be the one getting blamed for it. It's not good for the kids, man.
The 1998 World Cup player gives credit to his former teammate Theodore Tapper Whitmore for the strides made with the senior team.
Now he's more, I think, doing the way, working on his team the way he wants to do it, and not just what it was before. He's putting his own identity, I guess, on the team, and it's showing up. Like I told you earlier, last 2 Gold Cups, look where Jamaica's been. But we need to figure out how to do it in World Cup qualifying. Get into that hexagon. I think it's going to change, right? Yeah. So hopefully it's easier, but I doubt it. Well, hopefully next time, because we're going to have more teams. So hopefully we grab it and take a serious go at it and qualify again. For me, I think we need to add a couple more younger guys and get them more games. It doesn't matter who we play, but just to get these guys together and bond as a team, that's the most important thing. Yeah, I know that club teams comes first, but we have to find some way, either go take the team and bring them over to the U.S. where most of the U.S. players are, and have like a weekend training camp, like stuff like that. It builds character, and it make a guy like want to work for somebody else because they're around each other so much. So, but as it goes, I want those young guys to get more exposure and more games and be comfortable in that setting. It's a big stage, and if you're not doing a repetitive thing about being in that big stage, when you get to that big stage, you're gonna shut down and be all nervous and so. There's lots of ways, and I think he's heading the right way. Him and Warren, and we'll see.
Williams was also full of praise for some members of the World Cup generation.
Fitzroy still is coaching. Paul Hall is coaching. Daryl's an agent. Not sure what Deion's doing. Okay. And like even the local guys, Warren Barrett, Aaron Lawrence, all coaching. Donovan Ricketts, all coaching. Still dealing with football. We all love it.
The 41-year-old, who was known for his powerful strikes and close skill, says former teammate Walter Boyd was the player he looked up to the most.
I saw Walter at Arnett the other night. Great seeing him as usual. Favorite player ever, Walter Boyd. Like watching him during the Mining Cup and just mesmerizing. Trust me. And then being on the team with him was like, okay. It was awesome. It's awesome.
Bomber, who was in Jamaica recently for the MLS Combine, says the notion that the American leagues are bush leagues should be dismissed.
I hear that all great life, but you have to provide for yourself and your family. And if you don't want to take that step of going to USL or MLS or wherever, that's your choice. And I know people look at the play and whatever, but that's what provided for my family, and it should be the main thing that provides for, players here should be looking to provide for their family and themselves.
Williams started playing in the MLS in 1998 before making Real Salt Lake his home after playing there for 6 years.
Jason Christ, to be honest, he was, so 05 we came in, he was a captain, and he and I were good friends. And then 07, 08 is when he took over as a head coach, and he came to me before he started coaching or anything. The first thing he asked me, because we were friends, he's like, do you want to be here? I know it might be awkward that I'm a coach now, but it's up to you. I can help you go somewhere else if you want, but if you want to stay here and buy in, I bought in. And when you have a coach that has faith in you, it goes a long way. And he had faith in me, and that's how we got to where we are. Absolutely, 2009 is the tip of the iceberg, but that 2003 Chicago team was pretty good too. Probably, I think, one of the best league teams ever. We, Supporters Shield, Open Cup, went to the finals and lost in the finals to good old Landon, went on fire. But that team, you had DeMarcus Beasley, Carlos Bocanegra, Chris Armers, Jesse Marsh, C.J. Brown, Jim Curtin, Ante Razov, Josh Wolf. Those are all U.S. national team players. And now most of those guys are coaches or in the league. So we had a good soccer guy bring guys, and and then you add Damani to that too. So that team was stacked, and it was fun playing with those guys and being dominant for sure.